You're a million miles away, yet at my fingertips. And I don't know what to say, though the words are on my lips. I tried to read your thoughts, but the letters make no sense, as I aim to break the chain of unfortunate, subordinate events. There's an echo from your past that's shouting at us now. It could be loud and clear, but we can't hear it anyhow. I see from your expression, born of consequence, as I aim to break the chain of unfortunate, inordinate pretense. It takes the strength of a woman doing all she can to mend the broken heart of man. Still, he'll never understand the love she gives without command, and how she takes it in her stride. The second thought, her precious pride, it can never be denied. The strength of a woman. The language of your body cries lack of confidence, as I aim to break the chain of unfortunate, disproportionate defense. It takes the strength of a woman doing all she can to mend the broken heart of man. Still, he'll never understand the love she gives without command, and how she takes it in her stride. The second thought, her precious pride, it can never be denied. It takes the strength of a woman doing all she can to mend the broken heart of man. Still, he'll never understand the love she gives without command, and how she takes it in her stride. The second thought, her precious pride, it can never be denied. The strength of a woman. The strength of a woman. The strength of a woman. As I aim to break the chain. Hey, so what did you think of that? Hopefully you liked it. Okay, well, today I'm absolutely thrilled to be joined by actress, singer, producer, presenter, and novelist Dee Anderson. Welcome, Dee.
God, I wondered who you were going to say. Hi, I wondered who you were talking
It's
about then.
you. How are you today?
Oh my goodness. Yeah, I'm good. It's so lovely to see you, Elaine.
Lovely to see
Your
you too.
voice is so amazing.
Oh, thank you very much. You
And
say
that
the nicest
song
things.
is brilliant.
Yeah, it's grown on me.
No, it's true.
But then again, so would fungus. No, it's great. Yeah, I like it.
No,
We've
it's
got quite a
wonderful.
few like that in the bag, so they'll be released shortly.
Anyway, well,
Wonderful.
you've been all over the world, Dee, with your career. It's been amazing so far. But I'd like to start by asking you
Yeah,
about
so
your
far.
early life. You know, your family,
Hmm.
really, your grandparents. Could you tell us a little bit
Hmm.
about them?
We, yeah, I mean, everyone wants to know about my parents because they,
Yeah.
were very well known and famous. But my grandparents, everyone sort of influences their kids or their grandkids or whatever. And I think, I'd like to sort of tell you a little bit about my grandfather and grandmother because they were extraordinary. He was a bare knuckle fighter, can you believe? In Blackfriars at the Ring. And in, about 1930, I would say, 1925, 30. And he was like a real sort of tough kid. Went on to be he was very proactive, so and very intelligent, not educated though. But he then went on to have his own gym at Blackfriars and he trained boxers. I mean, I don't remember that because obviously that was before the war. And my mother, they were bombed out of London and then they had to go down to Maidenhead, which is a long way then.
Yeah.
But she then got a scholarship into a really good school. But yeah, my grandparents were extraordinary because they didn't have rules really, which was a bit difficult sometimes as a child. But they had, fantastic sort of philosophies on life, and used to say to me that education is everything, and to be free, and to follow your dreams, follow your heart, and that's really what everyone's saying now. Everyone's sort of talking about manifestation, and I think that that was the root of everything for them because they would just get up and do it. So
Wow.
as a result, my mother went to the States, and when she came back, she said she felt something exciting was going to happen, and of course it did for her, and also for Jerry as well. So yeah, it was an extraordinary childhood in lots of different ways, and maybe not in the way that a lot of people think it was, because of course I was surrounded by puppets and all the rest of it, and extraordinary adventures and script writing and storytelling. But it was more than that. It was more of a personal adventure for me because I suppose it was just an unusual environment, very creative, very creative.
Must have been
Yes.
extraordinary. Oh, wow. I mean, do you ever remember seeing him actually sort of wounded from this when he came home, your grandfather? Did you actually witness
Oh well,
anything like that?
I didn't know
You
him
didn't
when I
know
didn't
him
know
when he
him when
was
he was
doing that.
boxing.
Ah,
It
I've
was
got
this.
you. Yeah, sorry, of course.
No, this was
Did you
way
see
back. You see,
well, they wouldn't have been
and
photographs
and it
either.
was only when
Go on.
he told me a lot about it.
Yeah.
He
Okay.
told me how he used to go into the ring and the fights and all the rest of it, and a lot of them were fixed. He told me some of them were for real. He said the very early ones were for real.
Wow.
And but then he said when he trained the boxers, and what was extraordinary, he told me the story about, when we talked about inclusion, and everyone talks about inclusion now and racism and all the rest of it. And he actually boycotted a pub because two of his boxers were black, and they were brilliant and great mates of his, and because they weren't allowed in to certain pubs, he boycotted the pubs and told everyone not to go in, so they did let them in the end. Otherwise they wouldn't have had any customers because he was
Oh,
that kind of powerful in the area, if you know what I mean.
yeah. Yeah.
So he
Wow.
told me some great stories, really good stories, and he did some really big fights. And actually, I looked him up the other day, and he had a lot of registered fights, and they said this guy would have had lots of unregistered fights as well. So it's amazing. And I have to tell you, after all this achievement with my mother, that she created all these amazing characters with my father. They were both very creative. They both did everything together, and they were an amazing team. And they had an amazing team as well. she actually worked for she was actually headhunted to work for Home Box Office over here, and she discovered Lennox Lewis as a young boxer
Wow, that's
and got him
amazing.
his first deal.
Oh,
Yeah, so she carried on the legacy of the boxing. I haven't, of course, but apart from beating a few people up.
you've managed to control yourself. Wow. So,
Yes,
right. So you were actually born in America, weren't you? You were actually born over
I
there.
was. I was born in America. Yeah, she went over there as an adventure, really, and did a lot of writing, so journalism and all sorts, and had her own fashion shop and did very well.
Of
So
course, your
she was a
grandmother.
very, again, a very proactive person.
Yes, right. But your grandmother was a dressmaker, is that right? Seamstress.
Yes,
So,
yes, she was. She worked for the Royal Courts, and so she was very. My grandfather was more of a sort of a um, wide boy, as they called them then, and she was very posh actually. So it was a bit like but you'll hear about very sort of like Mick Jagger, although he was quite posh, wasn't he? It's probably a bad example, but rock stars marrying sort of ladies or very posh, women. So it was a bit like that then, because of course that was the rock star of that era were boxers. So, but they were a very compatible team. They were very good together,
oh, that's
and
lovely.
he was very dominant, very powerful. She was actually quite laid back, but they had an understanding between them,
It worked.
and so yeah, it worked. It
Yeah.
worked, and they stayed together. They lived until my grandmother died at 94, and he was 99 when he died.
Wow, that's incredible. Wow, that's really
Yeah,
incredible. Okay, and then so you actually came over to the UK when when you were very young, five-ish or so, was it?
when I was 5.
When you were five.
Yeah, absolutely.
Right, right.
And went to school. Went to a convent. Went to a convent all my school life. I was at
I
a
can tell
convent.
that. Yeah.
The nuns were very nice. Not, you hear terrible stories about nuns, but they were lovely. So it was a nice convent. I didn't board. I think the odd time I did, but I used to walk home actually because my grandparents lived in the next road, so it was easy. And then I would go. But I spent a lot of time with my parents, with their, in the studio. There was a studio in Slough on the Slough Trading Estate because my mother always wanted to be an actress and had huge aspirations to be a Hollywood movie star and or be in a studio, run a studio. And she said she kind of achieved it, but the only thing was it was on the Slough Trading Estate, not quite Hollywood.
Not quite, but you did very well. Oh, that's wonderful.
Yeah, exactly.
Wow. And I
Yeah.
didn't realise that, is it the Moxie Hotel? They've got a lot of memorabilia for
Yes,
Thunderbirds in there. Is that Slough?
they
That's
are
not
doing
far
that.
from where
Yeah,
the studio
absolutely.
was. Yeah,
Yeah, there's lots of things happening because it's the 60th anniversary this year.
of course.
And I'm doing a tour, of course, talking about
Yes.
Thunderbirds. Just done Great Yarmouth and the Phoenix, as you know, that you very kindly saw and came to.
It was amazing.
And that was fun, wasn't it, that
Oh, it
night?
was. To hear the
And
countdown,
yeah, it
Dee,
was lovely,
when you hear the 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, it's so fantastic. It brings back so many memories
isn't
for
it?
so many people. And in those
It
days,
really
with
does.
our televisions, we didn't have, there weren't all the channels that are available today. You were so excited when a
No.
children's program came on. There were only certain time slots when your children's programs were on, and it was so
Yeah,
important and special then. Whereas today it's available all the
it
time.
was.
But to
Yeah,
hear,
I know. And
yeah,
yeah, exactly. And in catch up as well. Because we didn't have that then. It was like top of the pops.
no, you had to
We
be
had to
sat in
be
front of your
there on a
television.
Thursday afternoon. Yeah.
Yeah, I used to come home from
And
school
we
with
didn't have
my
that, did we?
No, we didn't. I used to come home from school, with my cup of tea, have my cup of tea and dip my biscuits, the biscuit barrel, and sit in front of the television and watch certain, like the Magic Roundabout, whatever it was at the time, you know. Anyway, giving it all away now. But yeah, it was very special.
Oh,
Very
I know, it was
special.
amazing. Yeah,
Yeah.
and we appreciated it a lot more, I think,
Absolutely. That's what I mean. It
you know.
really was special. So it's fantastic.
Hmm.
So you're enjoying your show. It's going really well. And
Yes.
we'll announce, we'll talk about the dates.
It's going very well.
Yeah, that's great.
Yep.
And
The
what
next
about,
one is the New Forest at the end.
yes, New Hampshire. Is that, yeah, yeah. I might come down to that.
Yes, it's, oh, love, that would be fantastic. New Milton.
New Milton, that's right, yeah.
Yes, Milton,
Right.
yeah, Arts Centre in the New Forest.
Yeah, lovely.
And then I've just heard that I'm doing St Leonard's in September and Derby,
yeah.
as well as the Soho Farmhouse. So it's all happening.
It is happening, yeah. Lots of things going on for you. That's fantastic.
Lots of things,
So
yes.
what about your aspirations, to act? When did you sort of think that you might like to act? How did that happen?
Well, it kind of happened naturally because I was always singing. My grandparents, again, of course, they used to put me in for competitions, which was, you know, it was always sort of frowned upon by my mother, who thought it was really not very good to put me in for competitions, but she, you know, they did it anyway. And I used to win most of them actually, but one year I came second, and I was very upset because I was used to winning. But I think it was great fun. And I do remember I probably as early as when I was, you know, 5 or 6, I started singing properly. And then I went to drama school. And when I got to drama school, I was put in a sort of, we were sort of divided into different classes. So there was actors, that, you know, the strong acting people. Well, we were all quite good at acting because otherwise we wouldn't have got in. Those that were good at dance and those that were good at singing. So I was put in the top group for singing with 2 opera singers, and the bottom group for dance because I was couldn't move. I mean, I was just like, you know, I would trip over my big toe. So I was not good at that. And acting, I loved the you know, I love the training of acting, and I think it's very good for your confidence and all sorts of things, coordination,
Discipline.
and it sort of stands you in good stead, you know. And I think, and I've enjoyed acting, but I think music is so important to me. More and more, I'm realizing that music is, you know, it's just everything, isn't it? It's the
You and me
bottom
both.
line. It's
Yes, yes.
um,
Yeah.
your voice is amazing, Elaine.
Thank
I
you
love
very
your
much.
back rap, by the way.
Thank you very much.
It was so good.
Yeah, well, I'm
You've
enjoying
got a
it.
brilliant
Like
voice.
you said, as we get more experienced, and life goes on, different things happen in your life, and it's a roller coaster, as Ronan Keating said. You know, and you work through your life, but then when music is always there, and then it comes back into your life as it has with me. Really, I've noticed that I'm
Yes.
enjoying it all more now. You appreciate it much more,
Yeah.
and I'm
You
loving what
do.
I'm doing. You know, it's very special indeed to be doing what you love. You know,
Yes.
so yeah.
And also, you're married to a musician, aren't you, Elaine?
No, he's a drummer, Dee. He's a drummer. They laugh, don't they? Don't call drummers musicians. I am married to a wonderful drummer.
Wow.
Yes, Paul Smith. He's
Yeah,
he's
he's
amazing.
gorgeous, isn't he?
And he's so
gorgeous.
disciplined. You know, he's amazing. Yeah, yeah.
Amazing.
So we
Oh, isn't
enjoy
that
music
wonderful?
together. Now, I don't know about you,
Oh.
Biddy, but I've had other husbands, and
Yeah.
and with Paul, we listen to the same things in music. You know, my previous husbands weren't involved in music. I don't know if you.
Oh,
You know,
goodness.
I think have you been married before?
few times.
What about your husbands? Were they
3.
involved in music?
My first husband was a fantastic guitarist. He was really, really talented. And he actually got it. He was in a band called Christie originally
Ah,
with Yellow
Yellow
River,
River.
which was a big hit in the 70s. And then he
Wow.
was in a band called the Tremolos.
Uh-huh.
But unfortunately, he died actually. We split up a few years after we got married because he unfortunately was a big drinker but a lovely, lovely person. And it was very sad, but he was just so, so talented. I mean, I remember him having a manager who said to me, Hendrix has got nothing on Vic. And I agreed with that.
Oh,
He was
wow.
brilliant.
Right.
Really
Right.
brilliant. And my second husband, who I'm still in touch with, we go on holiday together and we have fun. And, we're much better friends than when we were married. And he was a theatre director at the National Theatre. He's also very, very talented, but in a different way. He likes listening to music, but can't play anything. He should really have been a musician. He's got kind
He's
of
got the
personality
ear.
of a musician.
Right. Okay.
Yeah. And then shall I go on about the other husband? Well, I only had one other, and unfortunately he died. He he was he was a singer songwriter and really should have been a big star, but didn't really want to do that. He just wanted to play to where he wanted the freedom. Let's put it that way. And
Mm.
at that time, if you were signed to a record, I mean, I know that they tried to get him to join a very sort of big band actually, and they told him where to stand, and he would have been so fantastic, but he said, "Oh, I can't do that." So that was the end of that.
Wow.
So he was a bit of a maverick. Very interesting, but I've still got his music. The music is stunning, and it's stood the test of time. So, what happens with me when I get married or I'm with somebody, I throw all my stuff into them. I become like, I embrace their life, and so it's my turn now, Elaine.
Yes, I'm with you there. I'm with you there. I've done exactly the same thing with my life. I think being a mum, I'm a mum of 3 daughters, 3 that I know about.
I know.
And
Yeah,
yeah, and you know, life gets filled with everybody else's needs, wants, and requirements, doesn't it? You know,
yeah,
our lives take a back seat,
it does. It
and fair
does.
enough, rightly so. But yes, it's our turn now
Yes,
to enjoy what we're doing. And you've
exactly.
got
It's our turn.
1 daughter, is it that you've got? One
I
daughter.
have. I've got one daughter and
Yeah,
4 grandchildren.
4 grandchildren. Wow,
I've got a
fantastic.
yeah. I've granddaughter of 14 who hasn't been very well, but she's okay at the moment. We'll talk about her in a sec, shall we?
Yes,
But
yeah.
I've got twin grandsons of 9 and another grandson of nearly 2.
Oh,
And they're all
right.
fantastic. They all keep me entertained.
Oh, it's
They're
lovely.
brilliant.
And you can send them back
It,
home at the end of the day, or leave
well,
their house and come
this
home
is
to
the
your
big
tranquility.
bonus. Yeah, this is the benefit, isn't it, of being a grandmother?
Oh gosh, things are so
You
different these
can
days.
give them back and spoil them.
Yeah, yeah. I've got a
Yes.
grandson
So that's
who's taller than me.
how old is he?
He's 17.
How old is he?
17.
Is he?
Mm,
Gosh,
yeah, gorgeous boy.
you look very young, Elaine.
And it must be my drummer husband, you see, keeping me laughing and smiling. We do laugh every
Oh, I
day.
know.
We've got to laugh. We've
I
got to laugh.
noticed that. Yeah, I noticed that you do laugh together. Isn't that wonderful?
Yeah, we do. It is wonderful. Yes, it really is. I appreciate it. And my other granddaughters are, oh gosh, 13, 13 and 7. I think that's right. Have enough trouble
Oh.
keeping a count on how old I am. There we are. I know my children now. You know, time flies by. We must be having fun.
It it does.
So,
It does,
so,
definitely.
so
It
tell
goes
me
so quickly,
about your
doesn't it?
granddaughter then that has been very, very ill. What's happened with her?
Yeah, well, when she was 4, my daughter was pregnant with twins, and she phoned me one day and she said that Summer hadn't been very well, And she kept taking her to the doctors, and the doctors were saying, "Oh, don't worry, it's only a virus." And Sid said, "I don't like it. There's something not right." And I said, "Well, it's your instinct. If you feel that, you're the mum." And she actually drove miles to see her old doctor. And, and the old doctor said the same, no, it's fine. And suddenly she noticed a lot of bruises on her legs, and she was having difficulty in walking. And they took her into A&E, and she said, because Sid was quite heavily pregnant, they surrounded her. They called her in and they surrounded her and her husband. And they said, "We've got to tell you that she's actually got leukemia." And they phoned me afterwards. And I just went, "She's going to be all right." And Sid said, normally I'll panic if she's got a cold, or sneeze. But I suddenly went, "No, she's going to be fine." Because I thought, I've got to stay strong for my daughter. And because they'd fallen apart. But it was a very, very difficult 2 years of chemo. And then she was in remission for 4.5 years. And then during COVID, she suddenly started getting the bruising again. And 3 years ago, again. So she's been in remission now for over a year. But obviously, you never lose that fear. You never lose the fear that, but we are hopeful because she's got a very positive mindset, incredibly hardworking. She's 14 now. She even wanted to do a holiday job, and Sid said, "No, you can't do that because you're too young." So what she's doing now is making bracelets out of these beautiful crystals, and she's selling them for charity because she wants to give back. And it was the charity of some little boy that didn't make it, and the mum started a charity to bring meals into hospitals when parents, because it's such a shock, and you rush in with the kid, and there's no food in the hospital for the parents. So what happens is you spend a fortune on food, or you have to go out and buy it, and then and it's rubbish food. So what Louise is doing, who's got this fabulous charity, she's delivering nourishing food into the hospitals for the parents to have. And I think that's so important, knowing what happened to my daughter and her husband.
It's
And
not
it's,
until you go through
it's
these
so
things.
expensive.
It's not until you go through these things and these challenges
Sorry?
arise. It's not until you go through these things and these challenges arise and you're experiencing them firsthand that you realise, that it's incredible what she's doing, really, really important. And strength
It's
is
very important because yeah,
really need to call on your
because
all
it keeps, the parents, need nourishing food to get through it and get the kids through it as well. So the children have the food, obviously, but even so, the food isn't always great in hospitals. But I have to say that the Marsden have been amazing, absolutely fantastic. And Great Ormond Street is, and I often do fundraisers for them as well, and they are incredible. So we're very lucky to have them in our country, because a lot of people fly in from all over the world to be there. So, you've got parents there from, very far away who've had to fly over and give up everything and then stay in a hotel or whatever, B&B or an
absolutely
Airbnb, just
upside
to be with the
down. It
kids, with
just,
their
yeah.
children. It devastates you. It
I
really
can imagine
devastates
it
you.
would.
And
I haven't experienced
yeah,
that. And as I said, unless you
no,
experience it, you really don't know what it's like. We've got a very good
no,
hospital in
you
South
don't.
Wales here that people rave about them. They're so good with patients, Velindre Hospital. But
Yeah,
it's you need to fight it with and be strong. It's calls on everything in your body, doesn't it, to fight these things. Oh well, it's a very
it
great
does.
news that she's doing really well. And we'll put a
She is.
link, and
Thank you.
I'll share about her fundraising later on,
Oh, thank
and we'll
you.
see what we can do to
You can
help.
order a lovely bracelet. I've got 2 here.
Yeah. Oh, I need one. I
One
need
she's
one.
put. Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely.
Yeah.
I'll get her to make you one, Elaine.
Yes.
And they're just so pretty and beautiful, you know, lovely, lovely bracelets.
Okay.
And she's selling them for £5 each.
Yeah.
And I've seen them in shops for about £15, £20,
Yeah.
but
Oh, lovely.
every penny goes to charity, every penny.
That's incredible.
So
Well, we'll put a few. We'll
I
have a
think
few
I'm
of
really
those on
proud
order.
of her.
Yes, I'm sure you are. Yes,
Brilliant,
I'm sure
thank
you are.
you.
Yeah, we'll have a few of those. I will have some for my girls and my friends.
Oh, lovely,
Wonderful.
Elaine.
We'll
Thank you.
share the link about that sort of thing. What about your music, Dee?
Thank you.
You've made some albums, and you've
I
had a lot
have,
of
yes, I have.
great reviews. So
Sorry, say that.
you've had a lot of great reviews.
Yeah, I have had very good reviews.
Yeah. Tell me
I
about
have
recording.
actually, yeah. Well, I haven't recorded for a while, but I've had 2 albums, and there's one track actually. This is my favourite track, and it was recorded by somebody called Alan Emptage, who fell in love with it so much that he edited. It took him about 6 months to mix it. He was so obsessed with it, and as a result, a friend of ours actually did an animation to it, and it's called "Where Did You Sleep?" and it's on YouTube actually. But that was probably my best experience, because the whole, you know, everyone really pulled together and helped me, and it was brilliant. And I do sing a little bit in the show, so but I'm going to do more of that. Once the show's, you know, once I get a break, I'm going to do some more singing, more sort of gigs again. But and it's all going to be on the website. So, but there's lots of interesting, lovely things we're doing around Lady Penelope.
Yes.
So,
who's otherwise engaged at the
yes.
moment. We can't meet her today.
Who's otherwise engaged? No, she's having a spa day.
She's having a makeover.
Sort of, you know, she's got sort of, it's a makeover.
Never mind, it's much
got a
needed.
face mask on at the moment.
We all have to do that now and again.
And having a hair done.
Yeah. Oh, fantastic.
Yes, exactly.
So tell me a little bit more
Yeah.
about your mum and dad and what happened in your household. You used to go to the studio, spend time with the puppets
Yes.
there, and tell me what it was like for you.
I did. I spent time. I used to go on Sundays to the recording sessions, and watch all, you know, peek through the window of through this glass window inside, and I could see them all sitting around the table talking into their recording devices. And that to me, I love that probably more than even seeing the puppets. But going into the studio, it was like I can still smell that smell of the Mars bar factory across the road. That's the big thing I
Wow.
remember.
Wow.
And how they used to, Mars bar would give us free Mars bars, because obviously they, you know, it was such a strong aroma as you walked in. It was fantastic for a kid. And then walking down the corridor onto the stage with all the puppets, and, you know, with the cameras rolling and people going action, and it was not real people, it was puppets, but they shot everything, and they wrote all the scripts as if it was real people.
Wow. Oh,
So that was really interesting.
yeah.
And they had script meetings like you're in Hollywood, you know. And it was really, you know, it was all shot on proper camera, not video or anything like that. It was real film, and because of course Jerry had been an editor before, so he knew about that.
He knew about his cameras.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, wow.
Yeah.
It must have been
And
amazing.
the special effects were amazing. Yeah,
Well,
I
saw
remember there
something
was one
about the
very
fish
funny
tank.
story.
Sorry, we got a bit of a delay here. But I saw something about the making of one of the episodes where the aquarium was set up, and how they created the aquarium, the little fish that would look
Yeah.
far away, bigger fish would look like they were nearer, you know, and it was all done like that with the,
Yes,
incredible. Very clever. Very clever.
incredible. It was. Did you know about the alligator thing? Did I talk about that in the show?
No.
I don't think I did I?
Don't recall.
Well, they had decided to get baby alligators in for a sequence, and when they arrived, and they were supposed to chase Lady Penelope and try and bite her legs or whatever. Anyway, they arrived, these little tiny little things, and they were put in warm water because they said to them, look, the pet shop said, put them in warm water because that's what they like. Anyway, they all went to sleep because so they didn't move, and they were trying to prod them or trying to sort of get the water go. Nothing. They were like, oh, I like this, thank you. Anyway, so somebody had the bright idea of putting like an electric shock through the water, but not a dangerous one to kill them, just to get them moving. So they did, and somebody reported them to the RSPCA. The RSPCA man arrived and came in and said, I've been told that you're doing something terrible to these poor animals. And so one of the crew said, well, look, come and watch, So my parents were called out of their offices, and they came over and they said, look, stay for the afternoon if you want. And you can see we're not torturing the animals. And he went, oh, yes, that's absolutely fine, because he loved it so much. So that was the end of it. But can you imagine today what would have happened?
Oh, gosh.
Health and safety.
Yeah. That's amazing. Going back to what you were saying about the Mars bars, it's really funny because I think it was yesterday or the day before, I was in the shops and I fancied a Mars bar. I didn't get one. I walked past it, but that's really strange.
Oh.
'Cause I don't normally eat Mars bars.
Isn't it?
It's really funny.
No, and they're so yummy, aren't they? I love that toffee bit and the thick
naughty
chocolate.
but nice.
Oh, I try. Yes, I try not to eat them, but they are very lovely.
So going.
Yeah. But it was a good time.
Oh, it was amazing! It must have been incredible. And I don't want to talk too much about that time because, of course, people need to come and see your show to learn more about it. I thoroughly enjoyed your opening night. It was incredible.
Oh, thank you, Elaine. That was so lovely to see you there.
Yeah, it was amazing. The
I want to
cocktails
see you
were quite nice
perform
as well.
because I love your music so much.
Oh, thank you. Mutual Appreciation Society. That's what we're starting.
Oh, yeah.
So are you actually a patron of Great Ormond Street and Bernardo's?
Yes, I am an ambassador. Yes, I am. And Bernardo's, yeah. I've worked, storytelling for children with Bernardo's in various places, and I often do fundraisers for Great Ormond Street as well, and of course now with Louise's charity, the Dylan Strong Foundation, we're raising money for that. So, but strangely enough, we were talking about music being a healer. And some time ago, I started a charity, which I no longer have, but I'm thinking about starting it again, called Music Across the World, MAW. And what it was, I used to collect musical instruments from schools or, anywhere, because there's so many surplus instruments, because people start to learn and they don't like them, they change, and, they're put in a cupboard or in the loft or whatever. So I was sent so many instruments, and a lot of those instruments went to either Bernardo's or overseas to Africa. In fact, I heard from somebody recently who said, have you got any instruments? And I said, I don't, because I moved house. I had a much bigger house and I didn't have any room to house all the instruments, but they were arriving. There was so many. And I'd like to do that again, maybe in a different way, maybe, direct, to be sent direct to the right places. But it was a very, very successful, great charity. And I've still got letters from people saying, from young kids saying, oh, thank you so much. And I had donations from Yamaha. They would be sending fabulous keyboards. So it was a great thing to do. And I think also what I'd like to do is, I was thinking about doing a sort of thing about healing, working with kids, with disadvantaged kids. Like I used to teach through music, people with learning difficulties. And that I think I'd like to do again.
That would
It
be
is a great
amazing.
healer, and it's a great support system.
It is, absolutely. I'm involved through my connection with Al. We're involved with a project called the Music Man Project, and we did a gig in the Royal
Wow.
Albert Hall, and that is involving people who are
Did you?
with difficulties in learning, and they're amazing people, and the director of that is David Stanley. So maybe we can sort of talk about that in the future. But it's incredible what music does for people.
That would be
and again,
lovely.
the other end of,
Oh, it
of the
really
spectrum,
is.
with people with dementia and people with, with memory problems.
That's it.
It's incredible
Yes.
what people retain with music. My mum, coming towards the end of her life at the beginning of the year, she remembered musical things from a long time ago, but couldn't remember things that happened
Yes.
earlier on in the day. So it is incredible, absolutely incredible. There's a lot to talk about there. Yeah.
Isn't it just?
So,
Lots to
are
talk
you allowed
about.
to talk about anything else that you've got coming up and that you might have completed today? Are you allowed to say anything about?
Well, I've just written the first novella for Lady Penelope Investigates.
Yeah.
And we've got some brilliant people on that as well. And so we're going to do a big launch later in the year. And also, my mother's been given a scholarship, because she was a great writer, in her name for the National Film School. And that's for 10 years. ITV have actually funded that. And it's for new screenwriters.
And this was
So
very close
we're
to
very,
you.
very
Wanted
proud
to
of that.
you wanted to talk about your mum and how she was a great inspiration for women. Women? Sorry,
Yes.
my mouth's drying up. All this talking.
Yes.
And she
Yeah,
was inspired.
because she was very inspiring, because because Lady Penelope was a female secret agent, and there weren't any around at the time. And also in Captain Scarlet, the angels were female pilots. So it was all a bit sort of shocking, really, at the time. And Tintin was a scientist. So, she didn't believe in women being in the kitchen and doing the washing up. She always thought that, that they were equal to men, as we hopefully do now. And I think she was quite a pioneer in that way, and inspired a lot of people. Barbara Broccoli, who's the heiress to Bond, of course, has said that my mother was her mentor. So that was fabulous. She said that on a radio interview recently. So, and I love Barbara. She's a lovely person, but she adored my mother, and my mother adored her. So that was nice that she said that, and it was nice that that happened, because I kind of thought, that my mother would. She was very good at giving people advice in a sort of a very warm way, not a sort of bossy way, but she liked to help people.
Oh, that's wonderful. And her daughter is very similar, I think. Yeah, the same way your mum was inspiring, I think you've been very inspiring, Dee, to a lot of people over the years. And
I'm sorry, darling.
Did you
I'm
lose
really
me?
sorry. I couldn't hear you then.
I said
There was a delay, wasn't there?
in the same way that your mum was inspiring, I think you've been a very inspiring lady as well. You're following in her footsteps.
Oh, thank you.
And still
Thank
so
you.
busy.
I think you are too, Elaine.
Yeah, well, we can keep trying,
You
can't
are,
we?
Elaine.
We must just enjoy what we do.
We can.
And share it.
Exactly.
That's right.
Yeah, exactly. That's all we can do.
Absolutely.
But how lovely. And it's so lovely to talk to you.
It's lovely to talk to you as well. There've been so many challenges throughout the years, Dee, and you've had to draw on your strengths, and you've done an amazing job. And we look forward to reading the new book, the novella.
Thank you.
Amazing. So when will that be
Thank you.
out now for us to purchase? In January?
Well, it's actually January.
That's good. Something to look
that's when,
forward
but
to.
we'll be doing a lot of stuff. Yeah. Thank you. I've really enjoyed that.
And that can be ordered on your website.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, danderson.co.uk.
Well, that will be actually, absolutely. I'll put that on there as soon as it's available.
Yeah, okay.
But there's lots of
great.
other things as well, so which we'll talk about soon.
Yes, okay. I just wanted to point
Thanks,
out
Elaine.
where your next dates are. You've got your tour is amazing. Growing Up with
Right,
the Thunderbirds.
so-
Forest Arts, New
the
Milton.
30th of August
Yeah.
in
We've
the
got-
New Forest.
Got the Kino Theatre.
And then on the 6th of
Yeah.
the New Forest Arts Theatre, yeah.
Is that a matinee?
New Milton.
Is the Kino Theatre in Leonards-on-Sea, St Leonards on Sea, is that a matinee?
Oh, yes.
Yeah, I thought it was.
I'm not
It's
sure,
one of them's
actually.
a matinee, isn't it? And you've got the Quad in Derby
it?
on the 13th of September.
That's... I have, because that, I think that's... And they're running a film as well, Thunderbirds Are Go film.
Oh, that would be great.
So I don't know whether I'm before. That's going to be a great event.
Yeah, smashing. And the Cinema Theatre
So, yeah,
London
that's
on the
gonna be
30th
really
of
good.
November.
Yes, November.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And,
And
well, we'll keep sharing
then the
your
BFI.
dates.
Yeah. The BFI is the first weekend in December, but I'm not sure whether it's a Friday or Saturday. But yeah.
That's wonderful.
So yes, it's very exciting. Thank you.
It's going to be great. Okay, Dee. Well, I'll let you go now because we've taken up enough of your time. It's been absolutely amazing to talk to you
Oh,
and learn a bit
amazing
more
to
about
talk
your life.
to you as well. I love the idea of Strength of Woman. Thank you.
It's good, isn't it? It's good.
And you.
Okay, Dee. Well,
Great. It's great.
you take care of yourselves, and we will shout about your tour and get lots of people to come along and see you. Growing Up with the Thunderbirds,
thank you.
please go and see Dee at these theatres. It's amazing, and we're hoping to bring the show to Wales. So, we'll
Yes,
do
that
our
would
best.
be so cool.
We're in talks, so we'll see what
Thank
we can
you.
do. Anyway, for
Thank
now, Dee,
you.
thanks ever so much. It's been lovely to talk to you. You take care of yourself.
And you, Elaine.
And I'll see you again
see
soon.
you soon.
Thank
And
you for
you.
being a big inspiration.
Bye.
Bye-bye. Bye. Well, it's been an absolute joy. I really am so happy that we could speak to Dee. I'd love you, if you enjoyed the show, I'd love you to subscribe to the YouTube channel and follow me on Elaine Gilmore for music things, and Strength of a Woman, my own channel dedicated to this. We'll see how we go. But thank you very much for joining us. I hope you enjoyed the show, and see you again soon. Thank you.
Takes the strength of a woman doing all she can to mend the heart of man. Still, he'll never understand the love she gives without command, and how she takes it in her stride. The second thought, her precious pride, it can never be denied. The strength of a woman.